Oh, Captain, my Captain.
Captain, urgent news from the General.
Why not really blow it up, Captain?
Captain Claw, embarking into hostile environment. I'm giving an off-chase, but Captain.
My Captain.
No, Captain. They're alive.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the channel. This is your captain speaking, and we are doing a tier list. This is tier list Tuesdays, and gonna try to do a tier list every Tuesday when I can. It won't be every Tuesday, and sometimes it won't be on a Tuesday. It'll always be called tier list Tuesdays, though. So, thank you guys for watching. Today we are going to be doing another sets ranking video. I already did 3. I'm telling you guys, I've got like 12. So, but we're gonna do 1 today because Levi's napping, and so in this one we're doing theme, and I've got multiple theme ones. There's at least 2, and one of them, the one that we're doing today, is feel. So, does the fighter in the box feel like it should? Does it feel the way you would think the fighter should feel as a set? How does the set feel? Does the map feel appropriate thematically? That's kind of what we're going for today. So we'll get to that in just a little bit. First off, I want to thank my Crockpots. We have Bromantic, Greg's Lasinski, 619 Sports, Chick Charney, O-Town, and Shy Guy for Smash. And this little video I'm going to show up for you guys is for Bromantic being a Chuck Norris Crockpot. That is massive.
Their fate hangs on the thumb of our final judge. Thumbs up!
Captain Crockpot.
Can play! Thank you.
Romantic.
Thank you, Captain Crockpot.
If you ain't first, you're last.
He chose one.
Not as bad as you think.
Yeah, it's worse.
You know, that's just like your opinion, man.
Well, I don't really like it, but I thought you might like it the best.
Love it.
All the way to the top 10.
Best for everyone or best for you?
You have chosen wisely.
All right. So, we're going to get right into it because my son went down at 11, and he could come awake any moment, any second. Let's just make sure you guys can hear me. Everything's good. Yes, you can. Hey, everybody. Thanks for watching. Good game. Bye-bye. Thanks for being there. Thank you. Yeah, I agree. All right. So, yeah, first off, just want to start the video off by saying, as I would do with all my tier list videos, that if there's a fighter that speaks out to you, if there's a certain fighter you really want to be, buy that set. If there's a set that you just know, that set's for me because of usually the theme, most likely, buy that set. That aside, I've got multiple ones. You can check them out this is a playlist, but there'll be value. There's competitive viability coming up. There's multiple ones that I'll have. So check out whatever thing you're thinking of. And these are my opinions. I can treat them as fact, but it's just my opinion. So, you know, you'll know best for yourself after watching the videos potentially, and just seeing a lot of games played. So in F tier we have none, because that is one thing Restoration Games is just the best at, is just getting that theme from the sets, from the fighters. Everything feels really good. So there's no F tier. There's no D tier. We are going to start with C tier. And the first set we're going to put here is, you guys aren't going to, you'll understand. You'll understand, okay? You can't hate me for this. Buffy set. So the reason being, I do not watch Buffy. I don't know anything about Buffy, so I can't rate Buffy. I'll throw it in C tier. Who knows if it's great? I think people that watch Buffy and like Buffy love the Buffy set, and they say the theming is incredible. So I bet it's really good. I don't know anything about it, so that's why Buffy is there at the bottom of my list. The next set. Okay, I know why I put this one. This one is a highly ranked set, a hugely highly ranked set. Little Red versus Beowulf. It's an incredible set. The theme is awesome, okay, because the theme's all about like they're playing like a fourth wall kind of thing with like the epic poems, and just how they're both stories. So that theme is really cool. But as you know, Little Red, she doesn't feel like Little Red. If she did, she wouldn't be a good fighter. So it's actually really cool how the theme comes out there, and that they did their own thing. I like what they did better than what I expect the set to feel like, if that makes sense. So this set won't do very well in this tier list because she doesn't feel like Little Red, and I don't know enough about Beowulf to say if this feels like him or not. I've heard that the rage thing is sort of a confusing mechanic when you think about who Beowulf was. I've seen the movie, the animated one. It's pretty cool movie, but and I love this again, love the set, love the fighters, but it doesn't feel like what I would think they would feel like knowing what I know about the stories. So that's gonna be why it's right there. We have the next one. Some of you guys are hating me right now, and that's fine. That's fine. The next one, we're gonna go here. And again, guys, we're starting out at C because these are all really good. So even ranking these sets is like silly to do because they would all be 9s out of 10s, maybe 8.5 like would be the lowest kind of a thing. They're all really, really high. They're all really, really good. Right. Yeah, that makes sense. Good Game said, yeah, why doesn't Bayo get rage when Wiggy gets hit? That would make more sense too. Yeah, I like that. That would be really cool, actually. That's a cool little hotfix. If Wiggy or Beowulf takes damage, you gain rage. That's good. So Brains and Brawn is an awesome set. I don't know about She-Hulk. I don't know how thematic that is. Apparently she throws stuff, so in that sense it's probably very, very thematic. Spider-Man, I love Spider-Man. And there are moments when you feel like you are Spider-Man. The Spidey sense is really cool. But when you're playing Spider-Man, it really you're missing his webs. There's nothing that feels like you're doing any kind of webbing of any sort, really. So there is the card that like you web the face. There are cards that could have been added in the one from Black Widow's deck, whatever that's called, where it cancels the after effects. Like that would feel pretty good. But really, what's missing are like web tokens from moving around. There's a lot of like you have to just infer that's what you're doing when it says like place your fighter in any space, and that's sort of like I excuse it and I allow it to like okay, yeah, that works for the web happening, but it doesn't really feel like it doesn't feel like you're Spider-Man. I love Spider-Man. I think he's a really cool fighter. He's not a very good fighter. And then Doctor Strange is so busted. It feels like Doctor Strange for sure. As far as he would be probably one of the best fighters to go up against. He's one of the strongest. Like, how could anyone beat him? I don't know. I don't watch the or read comics. I just watch the movies. He is super strong. So I think that's probably thematic. And then Sanctum Sanctorum is the maps. Maps are great on all these so far, by the way. Maps are really great, all of them. Sanctum Sanctorum is an awesome map. Feels tight, really good, super thematic. It's really great. This set might move up. I got to keep going through this list because this is a great set. So I'm shocked that it's this low. I made this, by the way, but I haven't looked at it in a long time. Next, let's just make sure we got the right tier list. Yeah, this is the right tier list. Okay. Whew. All right. So we're gonna have to figure some things out, guys. We're gonna have to tweak potentially. We're going up to B tier. And in B tier, we're going to throw in Deadpool. I bet you when I made this tier list, I wanted to just do S's and A's. But I didn't want to be that guy. You know, they could all be S's and A's, but I'll give you some C's, some B's. All right, guys. So, Deadpool. The shirt, Deadpool. Guys, check the shirt out. This is, I love this shirt. This is incredible. This is another one from India. Don't know what you guys can see. I'll just do a little bit of squatty. Boom. Big fan of the shirt. Big fan of the set. And the reason why this does not feel like Deadpool, this could be lower actually, potentially. So there's the fourth wall breaking, I think, is what bumped it up for me. The fourth wall is incredible. That's the part of the set that is awesome. He wanted to be included in Unmatched. He wasn't, so he made his own set and like manipulate all the cards and stuff. And there's a 30 unique card deck. It's super cool, super unique. Deadpool is super unique and super cool and breaks the fourth wall. That theme they knocked out of the park. What does not knock out of the park is when you're playing him, he does not feel like Deadpool. His ability of healing is cool that you're healing, but you have to attack to heal, which doesn't really make a lot of sense. His health is too low. That doesn't make sense. His movement being 2 doesn't make sense. And he's melee, which doesn't make sense. Especially when you look at the mini. The mini's got a bomb on it. But in every game I've ever played of Deadpool, like a video game or whatever, he's got guns. He's shooting everything. In the movies, he's shooting everything. Yes, he has his swords. The swords should have been in the mini. I think in the mini, if he had his swords out, it would have made more sense thematically. He only has 1 ranged attack in his deck, and it's a 3. I think range is just like his biggest thing. So the lack of range is the biggest thing that makes him not feel like Deadpool, even though the other things I just talked about are like really, really Deadpool. Next up we have King and Country. So for King and Country, it is one of my favorite sets, if not my favorite set. Super, super awesome set. And this is a hard one to do and make feel like the fighters. There are things that they do really, really well. And that would be like, I like the mind control part of Winter Soldier, where he's like conflicting. He's conflicted with his like stuff. Like if he's gonna attack really hard, it's because he's being brainwashed, and that's why he's doing it. Otherwise, he's not really wanting to fight, and that's really cool. That's a good that works real well for theme. Black Widow's missions work really well. That's a really cool theme. Black Widow is the strongest thematically out of the set, and that works really well. The mini for Black Widow doesn't make sense. I believe they probably made her melee initially, and she probably wasn't tuned right, and so they made her range as an afterthought. Everything in her cards, the card art, the mini, it all looks like she should be melee. So she's got these batons and stuff, and yeah, there's like explosions going on, but she's not like ever fighting with explosions, except for some schemes that happen. So the theme sort of loses me there with the mini, with the card art. With Winter Soldier, the game you end up playing is this like, let me go infinite, run away, and not attack ever. That's the game that, like, if you actually want to win with Winter Soldier, that's the game you're playing. Is I'm not going to attack you until I have to, until like there is no way that you would kill me if I, like, if you attack early before that, you're pretty much losing. So the game you end up playing is this run away. That's not how I picture Winter Soldier. I know in like the movie, he at one point he is running away. Like that's a big part of it, is he runs away. Not to go infinite though. Like the infinite part, I think is hard. I think it's gonna hard for anybody to go infinite and have that feel really thematic. The mini's really great for Winter Soldier, and the cards. A lot of the cards feel really good when you do play them. It feels like him. But just the whole style of how he's played does not feel like Winter Soldier to me. And then Black Panther, my favorite fighter in Unmatched, and because I like taking your cards and stuff. That does not feel like Black Panther. Black Panther. So when I think of Black Panther, I'm thinking, you punch him, right? You hit him, and then it's like, ooh, he gets charged up. And then he can, like, his suit will, like, release the power of whatever. You guys, you comic book readers and all that, you guys know more than me, obviously. I know nothing about this. But the vibranium suit is like, you hit him, he soaks up the damage, and then he can, like, release it in some form and more damage, or, like, he can, like, move more. That's what I feel like should have happened. Like, when you take damage, this thing happens. Or when you're attacked, this. Him taking the cards and then using them to boost and having to draw, really cool. Doesn't feel like Black Panther. That's my take on it. And then the Helicarrier is a great map. Awesome map. Feels like the Helicarrier from what I know and / don't know of the Helicarrier. Next set, we've got Teen Spirit. I don't know a lot about Marvel, guys. I love the movies. Love the movies. And I've watched all of the movies from the first phase, but I don't know much about Teen Spirit at all. I watched Miss Marvel, not a big fan. It was okay, but why the heck are they that high? Why are they that high? Captain Crockpot, you old dog, you. What were you thinking here? So, I think Miss Marvel probably brought them up. Oh, and Squirrel Girl, that's why. Okay, so this is why they're up this high. Okay. I don't know anything about Cloak and Dagger. So, Cloak and Dagger would have brought them down to the C tier because I don't know anything about them. I like the way it feels. It feels awesome. The light and dark thing, like you're gaining actions, discarding. Don't know enough, though, to move them up or down. I would have just dropped them down probably. But Miss Marvel feels like Miss Marvel. You're stretchy. You're bouncing. Exactly the squirrels. Yes, we're getting there. So you bounce. You get that little stretch, and then you're punching from further away with your big hands. The card, like the based on your hand size, that feels really really thematic. Just with like the pun of the hands. The bigger your hand is, the more damage you're gonna do because your hand's bigger. It's like too good, honestly. It's too good. So, Miss Marvel crushes it thematically. And then Squirrel Girl. You have 8 squirrels. You feel like Squirrel Girl with those squirrels. I don't like Squirrel Girl. She's one of my least favorite fighters in the game. But thematically, you do feel like Squirrel Girl. So that's why this is high. Yeah. You can't not feel like Squirrel Girl when you're playing Squirrel Girl. Miss Marvel feels like Miss Marvel. So I stand by it. I support it. I almost had to fight myself. All right, so next set. Ooh, you guys are gonna hate me on this one. I love it. Bring it. Bring the heat. Tales to Amaze. So you guys have seen my other videos. You know how highly ranked this set is in every sense of ranking. It'll be very 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 high. Thematically though, and feel. It's not as high because, we don't know anything about Jill Trent. We don't know anything about the fighters. We don't know anything about Annie Christmas, and Tesla didn't do this, so that doesn't feel like Tesla. And then Golden Bat, I'm sure he just feels like the classic superhero. So Golden Bats would be much higher. Tesla, I would keep pretty high. Just because, if Tesla fought, I bet this is how he would fight. And so it works, right? But you get just a stretch. So if you're thinking, oh, Nikola Tesla, more of like a Sherlock kind of thing where I'm going to be deducing, but maybe some kind of scientific thing. No, you're shooting people with Tesla coils. So it's a big stretch thematically. And then Jill Trent. Really cool, thematic. If you know about the comics, I'm sure you love it. I don't know about the comics. I have seen 2 or 3. Even if you Google it, you can't really find it anywhere. But I've seen a couple pages of her comic strip. And the person I always think is like the main character is always Daisy, visually in the comics, and then the sidekick looks like it would be Jill Trent. So it's a little confusing there, and the theme is like the theme is great. I don't want to like look how high it's super great, but it's just not compared to the other ones. It's just not as great. The bad guys, if you start thinking about it as like just Tales to Amaze, it feels really good when you start fighting the monsters and all that part. So I could bump it up for that sake. You know, sure. Listen, guys. At the bottom of A tier, we have Tales to Amaze. Oh, I know why I didn't do that. You know what, guys? No, you ain't getting it. Tales to Amaze, right there at MB, because I like the staircase. We're gonna be building a staircase here. But yeah, Tales to Amaze, you can go up and down. If you're playing the co-op, the solo is going to feel much more thematic because now you're adding in the monsters and stuff. But this is mostly specifically a tier list for competitive 1v1 that kind of thing. Although I do add the value. Yeah, we're gonna keep it there, guys. Let me know how much you hate me. Next one. We have another one that I'm shocked is right here. Okay, so we got Battle Legends Volume 2. And most of these are just going to be ranked. Like if they're not as high as they should be, it's probably just lack of knowledge on my part. So this one feels really cool with man, the theme's great in this set, guys. It's a really good theme. Don't know anything about Yanenga, so that will drop at 1 for me. Wukong, it's really cool. The idea of him is really cool. I love him being a trickster. The way you attack and stuff, super thematic. Throwing like baits and then trying to hit high. That feels really good. Him being a trickster, knowing that about him. Taking a damage to make a clone. Not sure how thematic that is. I'm not gonna drop him points. I'm not gonna give him points. I think it's good. Maybe I just start talking positively since we're in A and S here. I don't really not talk about the negatives, I guess, but Black Widow, everything being 3s is awesome. Stop playing with our feelings. Move Deadpool in the A. So yeah, Bloody Mary with the 3s and like the speak 3 times. All the repetition of 3s, really cool with Bloody Mary. Coming out of the mirror, the way that she fights, everything with Bloody Mary is really thematic. I have no complaints about Bloody Mary. And Achilles is awesome. Thematic, not as much. The Achilles heel is like, okay, you block for 4, then they gain an action. I like them gaining action sometimes, but so it's not that bad. Like not that bad. Patroclus, I don't know the whole lore between all that. Like I think they were, when I Google it, if you Google it, you'll see like they were lovers or something. Not sure. So he gets angry if he dies. Like, okay, that makes sense if that's what it is. If that's like the thing, but I don't see that like for the movie Troy. I'm a movie guy, right? So I'm not a big reader. Used to be, and then school made you read, and so I stopped reading. So, but with the movie Troy, there's nothing about the Patroclus stuff as far as I'm concerned. From what I've seen, I don't see that. So I don't know all that. I just know he's like this awesome warrior, this hero, right? And so I don't know. I don't know enough about it. You guys let me know if I'm wrong. Let me know in the comments because I don't know enough about Achilles. And then Yanenga, I bet she's awesome. I bet she's super thematic. Don't know anything about her. And her archers taking damage and stuff, it doesn't make sense thematically. Okay, like maybe that's another thing with all these like swaps and stuff. Like that's more difficult. If an archer's over here, right, like super far zone. Let's look at like Azuchi Castle. Okay, so like if Yanenga's in that yellow green spot in Azuchi Castle, and then her archers are over here on the other side of the board. If she takes damage, then they can soak the damage? How? I shot you, and then like the arrow goes Okay, no. So there you go. That's why that set's not higher. Next up, we have Redemption Row. Another Marvel. So this set feels great. All the sets feel great, guys. All the rest of these sets feel absolutely awesome. My knock on this one would be Ghost Rider does not feel as much like Ghost Rider as you would want. So, like, because the way that Ghost Rider ends up being played, you're just rooming, and I don't see that being a Ghost Rider thing very, like when I see Ghost Rider, when I play as Ghost Rider in the other games and stuff, and I from what I know of Ghost Rider, he didn't just motorcycle over people to fight them every time. Okay, so the whole part that the rooming becomes such a big part of your win con, that does not feel like Ghost Rider. There are certain cards in his deck that feel like Ghost Rider. I love the nuke where you're it's like the 2 and then you boost it with your flames and you kill 5 to everybody. Super awesome, super thematic. The self damage is thematic. All of it's great. But the ability and the way you end up playing him is not super thematic. Moon Knight is awesome, very thematic. I don't know. I feel like something that would have been more thematic would have been like you randomize the cards, like you shuffle them and then you flip one over and that's what you are. Then the next one you flip it over, and the next one you know what you'll be because it's the last card, and then you shuffle it again and then do another 3. That might have been more thematic because I don't think it's like a cycle. I don't think he knows when he's going to be the next thing. From the show, at least, what I saw that it was like, okay, he all of a sudden is now he's Khonshu because he's fighting. Now he's this his other form, whatever. So not sure. The way it feels though, like you're going from Moon Knight to Khonshu to the defense to Moon Knight, like that whole flow does feel really, really good though. And when you're playing him, and then the cards, there's the cards. Not sure. Don't know enough about Moon Knight, but the cards really it's just his ability. His ability is what makes him feel like Moon Knight. The cards are not as much. And then because like if you're playing the cards that are like actually the insanity parts, like you're doing bad things, and so you don't really play those cards. So I guess that's thematic. Luke Cage feels like Luke Cage. That innate 2 value blocking where you're taking 2 less damage, that feels like, I mean, you are just a beast. You're a tank. You don't care if you have no defense in your hand because hit me, I don't care. Really cool, very thematic. And then Misty Knight's a baller. Don't know anything about her. And yeah, great set. The map is cool, not great. It's cool. Hanging Gardens, real quick to talk about Battle of Legends Volume 2. Hanging Gardens is incredible. One of my favorite maps. And the high ground, that's another thing that will knock the point. So it gains some points because it feels really good. The high ground gaining the advantage feels really cool. High ground not working for 2 spaces away makes no sense. So it gains points and loses points, so it just sort of balances back out to nothing. All right, next up. He's still sleeping, guys. We are cruising. He has not slept for over an hour and a half in weeks, so I'm impressed. All right, Battle of Legends Volume 1. Next up, Battle of Legends Volume 1. And these feel good. Alice specifically feels incredible. She's very, very, very thematic. I don't like her. I don't like playing as her, but she feels very good. You're switching back and forth, high, low, high, low. Now, the movie Alice in Wonderland, she's not going around like, she's not, some BA just killing everybody. So that maybe not be thematic, but I don't know. This might be one of those what's that book? Peter Pan, the cartoon, and Peter Pan the book are very, very different. So like Peter Pan the book has like orgies or something, and like it goes like they get off the rails, and it's a crazy place. And then the movie, of course, I'm thinking of the Disney one. It does not have orgies, which is good. So it could be like that. Maybe like the Alice book is where she's like some warrior or something. I don't think she is, but it is a cool take in turning her into a fighter. But it would not feel like that if that's not how she is. Sinbad, the voyages, it's cool. It's very cool. I need to drop this set down. Now I'm talking about it. Like there's a lot of cons actually. Because I mean, what you go on voyages, and so then you get better at attacking. Yeah, okay, that works. You're getting experience from your voyages. Medusa raises the theme very high. You can't even be in her zone. You'll take damage because she just looks at you just a little bit, and then you're taking damage. Love it. And then King Arthur feels great. Merlin feels really good. The boosting feels like the whole feel of it is awesome. There's only 1/6. That makes the theme really, really great. Makes him not as good as a fighter, but the theme feels really good. Lady of the Lake, whatever. Like there's so many cards and things in King Arthur's deck that make him feel really, really good. I am gonna bump it though. We're gonna go down 2. I'm happy with that. Yeah, good audible there. Next up, Hell's Kitchen. So, Bullseye is Bullseye. Done. All right, Bullseye. The range, how you can just attack from 5 away. That feels so Bullseye-ish. Elektra dying, coming back to life. Elektra, ninjas, all like the whole thing, really, really good. The only knock on this set would be Daredevil, because if you're playing him at low hand count, he feels like Daredevil. If you're playing him at high hand count, he doesn't feel like Daredevil. When you go infinite, it's like, wait, what? Why are we doing that? Why is Daredevil doing that? So, but low hand count Daredevil guys, man, it feels like Daredevil. So that's my knock on that set. And then the map is awesome. One of my favorite maps. Who knows if it feels like Hell's Kitchen? I have no idea. It's dark. It looks good, but who knows? Who knows? You guys know. I don't know. And then the last one. So I'm going to have to explain to myself why this is this low. So we'll have to figure this one out together, guys, because Sun's Origin. Why? The theme of this one is incredible. Let's look at what we have left. Okay. All right, so because this is the theme. Does it feel like the thing it is? Okay, the only reason why this would be here is because I don't know about these fighters. That's it. If I knew about them, maybe top of S tier. I don't know about them. They feel awesome. They feel like what I think they should feel like, but I can't guarantee that, and so I don't want to be unbiased about it. It feels like a Japanese set. The map is awesome. The fighters are awesome. The cards, the whole thing feels incredible. But I don't know anything about Oda. I don't know anything about Tomoe, and flanking is an incredible mechanic. That would make sense. Like him being in their zone, giving like that's awesome. Her not being great against heroes, or being great against heroes but not great against sidekicks is interesting. From what I do know, from like hearing like the interviews, I forget who did it. I think it was maybe Baked Goods that did the interviews. But hearing those interviews and stuff, and making the cards, was it Baked Goods? Was it Maneuverman? I don't remember who did it. I don't know. I don't know if the psychic thing was great, because the story is like, I think she kills everybody or something, or maybe does she run through them and then go kill the guy because she ignores them? Either way, I think because she like just sort of ignores all the sidekicks, right? I think, and then goes straight to the bad guy, the hero, and then kills the hero. That's why they made her good against heroes. And also they didn't make her good against sidekicks because of this set. They wanted it more balanced. but because she just ignores them, I feel like she'd be better against them. But who knows? Neither here nor there. Let's move on. And now we are in S tier. So these are all in S tier. And first up, Robin Hood and Bigfoot. Robin Hood feels like Robin Hood, man. You're shooting and you're bouncing. You're shooting, you're bouncing. That feels awesome. He like knows the way I picture Robin Hood is, you know, like his guys are like they're in and out. They're in and out. And like ambushing from the forest and that kind of stuff, especially if you're playing on Sherwood. It really feels like Robin Hood. And then Bigfoot feels like Bigfoot for the same reason, but just not the ability-wise. He is continually, especially if he's trying to get his ability, like he does not want to be seen. Jackalop's saying they don't want to be seen, so they are attacking and then moving after combat. They're defending, moving after combat. Like they're just continually moving around. This is a very move-heavy set, and feels great. Feels like Bigfoot. He's hitting with logs. This was our first 6 that we had in the game. Most damage that we had. The feints, the 5 feints work because like, how do you attack something you can't see, or even more like how do you attack something that doesn't exist? So, I like it. I like the whole set. It works really well, and that is the bottom of S tier. Next up, really really good set. The only knock on it, I think you guys can see where I'm going with this, is Houdini didn't fight anybody. So in these sets, in the sets that have one of those like passive people that they have turned into a combat person, or combatant that's better. Those just take a little bit of a hit on the theme because of that. Genie, you feel like Genie, man. When you play those 3 wishes, you are like, okay, I can do anything I want. I can draw 5 cards. I can take your cards. I can make my cards bigger, and I can do that 3 times. It feels so good. The extra action gains, super good. Very very thematic. Back into the lamp. So good. Like, yeah, just really good thematically. I don't love playing as a Genie, but he is super thematic. In a casual game, I will enjoy playing as Genie. And then Houdini, while one of the most fun fighters in the game to play as, he is an escape artist, and yet he can throw 9s. So that's crazy. The ability is awesome. The ability of like popping anywhere, that's really cool. Super thematic, and I love it. Oh, I don't know how to say your name. Adina, you are right. There is a 6. There's one other 6. It was in Arthur's deck. So Bigfoot did not create the 6, but he tripled the 6. First set to have 3 6s. That was big. Yeah. So and then Solomon's Mine is a cool map. It's a cool map. And who knows if it feels right? I don't know. Is that where the Genie is rumored to be, in Solomon's Mine? I don't know. This you know what, guys? We're going down one. There you go, Robin Hood, Bigfoot. Yeah, it's a great set, guys. Incredible set, and oh my gosh, guys. What? There we go. That feels better. Whew. Okay, here we go. Next one. Jurassic Park. He's waking up. Jurassic Park. Raptors. Ingen. Raptors. 3 of them. Ingen. Traps. Not thematic. That's not like a big thing that happens in the movie. But also it works. It totally is fine. Totally works. And then the workers. Really thematic. And he has so many workers. Also thematic. The raptor paddock that you can move in, but you can't go out. Guys, it feels so good. The map on this one really bumps up the set in theme. And then the raptors trying to like surround, and like you're just gaining actions. Incredible set. You will feel like you are Raptors, and you will feel like you're Ingen. And then the thing that bumps it even higher for me for these Jurassic Park sets are the movie. When you play this, you are going to watch the movie, and then when you watch the movie, you're going to want to play the set. The quotes in the cards, the card art, all of it feels so good. Next up, we've got T-Rex and Dr. Sattler. This would be moved behind the other ones because of Sattler. Sattler pulls a set back, but not as much as the T-Rex bumps this one up. When you open up that box, guys, and you pull out the T-Rex Mini, and you put the T-Rex Mini on the board, and you start playing your first game with T-Rex, you will say, what took me so long to get this set and play this set? It feels so good as a T-Rex to play. You feel just like, I mean, you are a monster. You are a machine just hunting down your opponent, and nothing will stop you except for your little arms and your not as big of a stride as you wish you had. Such a good theming set. And then the Dr. Sattler stuff, it feels good. I like it. And it would not work as well. Okay, scratch that. Dumb sentence. Dr. Sattler and Malcolm. Malcolm bumps it. Man, Malcolm is awesome. I love Malcolm, especially since this set came with the little Malcolm Mini. I love it's so funny. Him laying on the little bed or whatever it is, with his shirt open. That's awesome. And then the her going around and like doing the whole. It works to make a non-fighter a fighter. They did a good job with it. She's like collecting research, and so she can fight a T-Rex. Really cool. Should they get absolutely destroyed in this set? They should. That's going to be a knock on points because they should get destroyed, but they don't. And then the thing that bumps it up even higher, the reason again why it's super high, being in a Jurassic Park set, the movie. I love. People hate the one copy cards of her deck. I love the one copy cards because it gave us a chance to get more movie quotes, more movie art, and it just feels great. So, great set, and it doesn't make her a better fighter in the game, but it makes it more thematic. The next one, guys, we got 2 more to go and then I'll just tell you guys where I think Shakespeare will line up from what we know so far. The next set is Cobble Fog, and there's the other again. These are what sets feel like the thing. Okay, Cobble Fog is so good and feels so good. T-Rex having a lot of ruling issues, but such an amazing idea. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Interesting with the like where can T-Rex not go? As long as you're on the Discord, guys. If you're playing T-Rex, if you're on the Discord, you can find all the spots where T-Rex can't go. You just get those maps. They have them marked out, and you can do that with your own sets. I need to do that with my sets actually. But yeah, there's some trouble there. Little confusion. And we need more big fighters. Yes, King Kong. I made a whole list of big fighters I want to see. Cobble Fog, guys. Dracula, you are Dracula. Jekyll and Hyde, you are Jekyll and Hyde. Sherlock, you are Sherlock. Invisible Man, you are Invisible Man. And then you get 2 maps that feel like they're 2 maps. You know what? Even though Bruce Lee, like there is not a single knock on the Bruce Lee set. You can't knock anything. I don't think there's a single knock on the Cobble Fog, and so I'm gonna put that higher because there's 4 fighters, 2 maps. So that's and there's not a single knock on it. Yeah, incredible set, guys. If you're going for fighters in a set that feels like it should feel, that set is just incredible. Bruce Lee feels like Bruce Lee. When you put Bruce Lee on the game, he is you're gaining actions. It just if you feel like Bruce Lee and you'll bounce away, like the way he like da, 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 and then backs his back, that feels like Bruce Lee. His hi-yahs and his kundos and the whole thing. Really good set. That was Justin's one of his I think he created that one himself. It's one of his personal favorites, I believe. So guys, there you have it. Those I'm gonna lock that in. I'm happy with the way I ranked that. Those are the sets, all 18 sets so far. 18 sets ranked by theme, feel. Did it feel like the thing it's trying to be? And now we have Slings and Arrows. Slings and Arrows, I have heard, and what we have heard is that Slings and Arrows, they tried to mimic Cobble Fog like theming. So I know it's going to be high. If you're comparing Slings and Arrows to the movies, I would drop it down because of what I've seen and what I've already seen from the abilities and stuff, and then the movies I've watched. But if you're just comparing it to like the other stuff that they must have done research on, I bet it would be higher. So I'm gonna keep it down. For me, for my ranking, I will put it. I'm gonna say, let's go. Right. Let's go right here. Top of A. No, yeah. You know what? Bottom of S. We're gonna go bottom of S. I think it's probably where it's gonna land. It will probably go higher as I'm playing it. I think I think Shakespeare will probably feel like Shakespeare, even though he's not a fighter. It might feel pretty good. And Hamlet should feel like he's Hamlet. Queen Titania, I don't know. She'll probably get knocked down a little bit, and then the witches will probably feel like the witches. So that should be a really cool set, and then the map should be awesome as well. All right, guys, I'm gonna save this after the stream's over. And thank you guys for watching. Let me get over to this thing here. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is a fun thing to do. I'm gonna try to do it more often. Tier list Tuesdays. Big shout out to my patrons, Crockpots. Thank you guys so much for your support. And I'm on social media, so you can do all this. I don't ever plug these, but we got Instagram. There's a Spotify. I've only added one so far, but Captain's Logs are on Spotify. There's what else are we on? No idea. But check it out. You can search me up. And if you're new, subscribe, like, comment. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys on Thursday. I do believe that we got another video coming on Thursday. Doing another stream. And as always, it's your captain signing off.
Now hear this, now hear this. This is your captain speaking.
What a turnout!
What happened here was a miracle.
The idea was to bring together a group of remarkable people.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have now seen the impossible. I did you.
My friend.
I thank you for your support.
Couldn't be more proud of you.
Get a heart and soul of this team.
You and I are a team. Nothing is more important than our friendship.
We need you, man.
I have you to thank. Couldn't have done it without you.
This is for you, buddy.
So without further eloquence,
Thank you.